let's go back down in the water hole. And I want to do 2 things in this water hole today. I think I've gotten all of the coal from the sides. So I think what I want to focus on is getting up here in order to see what's up there, to get in, to clear it out and close it up so that I stop getting attacked from in here. I guess I just want to close up any monster spawn points is the big ticket item for the immediate space around my home. Oh! Oh, and my. You know what? I don't even have any torches, I realize. I lost them all when I got killed, so let's go make some torches that we can put up. That was almost very bad. So I'm kind of just mass recording these to be able to take that necessary mental health break. So I am still coming off of the adrenaline of that big long history rant from last time. Hey, let me jump up so I can kill you! Stop killing me! I don't want to die. Oh, and it's getting dark. Alright, real quick. Gosh, there's another one already? Definitely should have killed this guy before I tried to pick up my stuff from the water, but I also don't want to lose all the torches I just made. Okay, let's pick up all my stuff as fast as I can and start heading up for the evening. Holy butts! I definitely need to plug that hole. Oh, goodness. Let's get some sleep. We'll get that last hit or so of protection out of our friend, the dearly dead helmet and armor, and then we'll put the gold helmet on. Oh, I don't have a shovel. Let's get a shovel or two. Definitely should make a boat. Just a little boat to keep in our little pit. Wait, is it? I could have sworn we just went to sleep. Did I hallucinate? I don't know. Is he still down there? Oh, I don't want to get into trouble with an Enderman. Alright, let's get this skeleton quick. Let's place our dirt so that we can climb. Oh, goodness. Hi. Are they able to blow up water source blocks? Is that what's happening? Oh, I should definitely eat some foods. Get some healing happening. Though I should say thank you to that little fellow for blowing up the zombie that was behind him. Also, if it is something in future that you think could be fun, I am curious as to if we should have a Minecraft and/or a Stardew Valley playthrough. I have Animal Crossing on the Switch, though that one I can't start a fresh playthrough in. I think I'm just gonna build a stairway up into this. Heckin' creepers. I am not a fan. I do not like them. Edith, I am. Alright, let's get up in here, start dropping some torches. I do like being able to dive right out of my door into the water. That pleases me. You know, it doesn't please me though. All of this dying. Define insanity! Keep doing the same thing over and over without changing your actions, but expecting a different result. I think that might even be like Einstein's definition of insanity. He can get closer. Okay. Let's hit this guy till he falls over. Let's fill in with some torches so that new guys won't spawn. Let's see, where are we? Right, there is that back door. So we weren't far off. I definitely want to fill this in so that we don't I just want to kind of secure our back door, so to speak. 2, 3, 4. So we just stop getting randomly attacked when we're trying to do stuff in our watering hole. So let's get started closing this off. am I above ground? I do believe you are a trapped zombie by a tree. I think if we get up here, we'll be at the top corner on the other opposite corner from our house. Yeah, alright, so we got an idea of where we are. Let's go plug up our back door. I think it was right about here. Yep, right about here. Let's kind of open up and level this out a little bit. That will give us some more raw materials to close it up. I honestly don't object to just having a smoother incline on this side. And then it will require less dirt to fill in. Should I go on another historical rant? So, there is a figure in history that when I first found out about them was actually through the game Diablo 2. And then as I became more interested in history and more things came to light, it was some of the most indignant I have ever been about a historical figure. Now, it's kind of a little throwaway quest, side quest in Diablo 2 where it talks about bathing, the Countess bathing in the blood of virgins. And if you are a big nerd like me, you might know that this is a reference to a woman named Elizabeth Bathory. And when I actually looked closer into her life story, it blew my mind. Because almost everything in the historical, with sarcastic quote fingers, record about her is almost definitely made up. So Elizabeth Bathory, I'm not going to try to remember dates. I'm just going to try to give like general facts. So she was extremely rich and extremely powerful in a time when women just kind of weren't. And she was actively funding her cousin in open rebellion against the crown. Just flat out, she was financing a rebellion against the crown. That's... The king hated her. Like, we have correspondence between him and his wife on the battlefield that's just like, if I could get shit on her, I would. Because I hate her. Anyone who could get rid of her is objectively doing me a favor. And like, I'm not trying to say, oh, she was a delicate flower who was filled with kindness and light and honeysuckle. Oh no, like, she was not a nice person. No noble arguably today, but especially during the medieval period, no person of noble blood is a good person. Like, they owned other humans. They had profoundly exploitative labor practices. They used corporal punishment in the most brutal way. Like, I'm not saying that she was a good person. I'm saying that she wasn't bathing in the blood of virgins to maintain her youth and beauty. Like, some of the documentation of this, like, for starters, if you actually, like, look at the actual documents from the time, they supposedly took over 300 witness statements by, like, 1 or 2 guys over the course of a couple of days. And then even those sarcastic quote fingers witness statements, they were all hearsay. Like, even the guys who were there were like 2 head servants that were supposedly, like, helping her do this stuff. And, like, even their, like, statements were like, well, so-and-so said. And it's just like, are you flippin' kidding me, my dudes? Are you for real right now? Oh, that could have been bad. Did you just blow up my stairs? Oh, good, you didn't. I'm gonna go take a look and see what damage there is up there now, though. Hi, would you like to die today? I can accommodate that. Sir, would you please? Thank you. Thank you for dying. Like, the stuff that's written about her is just so bonkers. To get back on track with talking about Urzhebet. Yeah, I gotta fix my house. She killed like 60 women during feudalism. Where are your records? Like, the movement of people was highly documented during this period. Where are your records? Who were these girls? Where were their families? What did they do? Like, this is all stuff that was written down. You couldn't go visit your mom in the next town over without clearing it with people. And you're trying to tell me that 60 to 600 people disappeared off the census records with no documentation, no paper trail at all. Like, it is mind-boggling. Like the people who have been raised in that part of the world where they've, like, actively been told that, like, these were their ancestors that were murdered for centuries. Like, there's a lot of generational trauma, and I'm not going to fault them for, you know, not having a great opinion of her. But, like, the historians and the academics who are still perpetuating this absolute raw dog nonsense. Like, y'all need to have a reckoning. 'Cause this is absurd. This should never have made it into the 20th century. Oh, I wish I had the forethought that I was going to be ranting about history, because I could have actually prepared a lot better documentation on that one. So that's the thing, is if you're gonna talk about your history, bring receipts. Know what's a good receipt and what's not. I actually have a copy on Kindle where Urzhebet's correspondence with, I want to say, her husband, like, their letters to each other while he was on the front in that civil war were recently translated into English. So when I say recently, I want to say in the last, like, couple decades. Keep in mind, this is a timeline where you're dealing in centuries and not in decades or years. I actually, when I decided I wanted to try to make a YouTube channel, seriously considered trying to make like a history nerd channel, but then I realized that my ADHD would never let me sustain that. Because I would be a good history channel that did my research and had my receipts. And I wouldn't just spout off of the cuff off of whatever I thought I knew. And that kind of research takes time and spoon in a level that I just do not have in my day-to-day life. Would have been super cool though. This game is kind of funny to me because in my life, in my day-to-day, I try very hard to be quite sustainable and quite, I'm not a full, like, hippie, but I do try to, like, wear natural fiber clothing, and I would like to have a vegetable garden with which I grow my own food. So the model of Minecraft where you just literally just go through and rewrite the landscape. Hello, Mr. Sheep. And rewrite the landscape around you to suit yourself is deeply, fascinatingly amusing to me. Because this is absolutely not how I would... If I had the tools and skills to be dropped into an environment like this, this is absolutely not how I behave. For starters, I would probably build over there, because then I have to modify the less land to make planting viable. Which, honestly, I do need to start digging stuff up. I need iron. I need things like buckets so I can start growing crops. I am amused by climbing all over the foliage to cut down a tree from the top down. I'm gonna let you guys clear yourselves. Where was I digging? Because I think I'm gonna be just kind of... I think I might be digging out that back door rather than filling it in, just because of the way it's shaped and the way it's in the landscape around it. Huh. Is that another village off in the distance? So I see just like the tiniest little bit of orange there that could be a rooftop. Well, that is something to investigate another time. You know what I'm going to do? That was loud. The Miss Bits, also known as Little Bit, who I call her Miss Bits because just Little Bit is a figure of speech. And I didn't name her, and I'm not going to cast aspersions on anyone who does name their cat after a figure of speech. But whenever I want to say Little Bit in conversation, and I worry that I confuse her because she is a cat who doesn't speak English, I wish that they had chosen another name for her. So I call her Miss Bits because I feel like that's close enough. There has been some rearranging. When we moved in, gosh, back in, I want to say June, I needed to get my computer up and running as fast as possible so that I could record and make videos for you guys. And as a result, you know, didn't necessarily make the best spatial decisions that could be made. And now some rearranging is happening to fix that, I guess. And also just my cord management was really bad. I had a little bit of an inheritance from my father, and I used it to upgrade my computer so that I could, make better stuff. And so built the computer and didn't necessarily have cord management and the like in mind. And that led to some difficulties. And we had to rearrange things to get them as they better should be. And as a result, just as little Miss Bits was getting good and comfortable in the space, we changed it all. She does not care for that at all. How dare we? So there was just I don't know if the mic picked it up, but there was just a loud thunk where she tried to jump over a box that was one of her play-in toys that has been moved about the space. And there was a very loud thunk. And to be perfectly frank, I'm not used to hearing her move around the space much at all. She is a very quiet kitty. I think once I get this stairway all the way down to the bottom, I might go underneath it with some torches from the underside, just to keep stuff from spawning underneath. Am I being meowed upon? I thought for a moment that I could hear little meows. But I suppose I was mistaken. Oh, no, I'm not. She has just come up on my left side and is asking for pets. Hi, Miss Bits. Since yesterday, my housemate grieves best by staying busy and she gets a little bit teased in the friend circle for, quote, her unfortunate practical nature. So she is going about and taking care of some moving tasks that just sort of fell by the wayside, and so she is not usually down in the basement with Miss Bits and I very much, but today she is hanging up some towel racks that have been on the docket for when we have a moment for a while, and she is distributing some of our some of Stalker's old things that are, well, to be perfectly frank, no longer necessary for his use, and giving them to the other kitties in the house, which has meant changing Little Miss Bits' space. So she is a little bit put out and confused, and you can't really blame her. Trying to get an angle where I could put stuff in without being in the water and bouncing about like a crazy person. Alright, I think I'm definitely going to put some torches over there. And then I'm probably going to clear out this staircase and all of this just to get a more aesthetically pleasing cave surface. Alright, so let's take care of this first. I think we just pulled the coal out of here and left it to spawn creepers on us in the dark. I am out of stone, apparently. Fortunately, we now have a nice, clean stairway up to our house and down to the surface of the water. Seriously! Crime-a-nitly. Oh, that made me spicy. Where did you even come from? Oh dear. Be careful investigating that, Miss Bits. Immediately to my left, there is a coffee table that was left behind by the previous residents of this house, and I am using it to have the drawing tablet with which I do my thumbnails. And it looks like Miss Bits is having a curiosity about how cozy a space for her use the underside of this table may be. I think that looks good. So let's get rid of this more unsightly docking area. Just tidy things back up. What kind of animals do you guys have at home? currently we are sharing space with 2 kitties, and neither of them are ours. Are you crying again, Miss Bits? In the last couple hours, I know that my housemate has put in some towel racks that we desperately needed down here, and passed on to Little Bit a very small cat tree that Stalker just never really used anyway. And she is heartily confused. Just profoundly confused at the change in decor and arrangement. That actually goes really deep underneath. Hello, llama. I think we just may just clear all of this away to have a more steep uniform wall. I have put hours into this playthrough and have accomplished very little in it. I guess that makes sense. It's kind of what I'm here to do, is just fill the time. I think we'll put a tower up here and some crops over there after I find some iron and can make a bucket. But I think that will be it for this installment. And there, I think, will be 2 more, because that will give me 2 or 3 more. Will put me at a full 2 weeks recording. Yes, because counting the one that has already gone up, I need a full 7 videos of Minecraft, and this is number 4. So I hope we're having fun together while we're working on this. If you have enjoyed this, please leave a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe and ring that notification bell to check out my regular Sims stuff. I appreciate you guys a lot for letting me take this break. Have a happy time zone wherever in the world you are, and I'll see you next time.